Hey guys, it's Adrian. Welcome back to my channel. I'm finally done, unpacked. My bookshelves are all set up, my office is all set up. I'm still trying to figure out filming angles and what have you, but I'm ready to go. So I thought, what way to pick up filming again than to start off with a bookshelf tour. So today I'm here to bring you my very first bookshelf tour. I hope you enjoy. I've heard this is going to be a pain in the butt to edit, but we're going to do it anyway. So you have to excuse this first angle because it's on the very top of my bookshelf and my tripod doesn't go up that high. But these are most of my memorabilia or books that are important to me in some way or another. So first up we have The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams Bianio, The 12 Gifts of Birth by Charlene Costanzo, and Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney. And here we have just a love picture frame that I have to fill out with pictures because I haven't printed them out yet. And over on this side I have a few of my Willow Tree collections. This one is Courage and this one is Close to Me. And here I have another copy of The Velveteen Rabbit. Starting off with my actual bookshelf, this is my top left shelf. This is mostly my husband's Star Wars books, but I'll show you these anyway for the Star Wars lovers amongst you. First up is the Star Wars trilogy. This is 4, 5, and 6 by George Lucas, Donald F. Glut, and James Caan. Star Wars Darth Bane, Path of Destruction, Star Wars Darth Bane, Rule of Two, and Star Wars Darth Bane, Dynasty of Evil, all by Drew Capethson. I think I pronounced that terribly. Star Wars Sacrifice by Haran Travis, Star Wars Allegiance by Timothy Zahn, Star Wars Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader by James Luceno, and another copy of the Star Wars 4, 5, and 6 trilogy. Moving on to these little pocket editions. We have Star Wars Rebel Command, True Colors by Karen Travis, Star Wars Republic Command, 000 by Karen Travis, Star Wars Legacy of the Force, Bloodlines by Karen Travis, Star Wars Republic Command, Hard Contact by Karen Travis, Star Wars Darth Maul, Shadowhunter by Mitchell Reeves, and Star Wars Legacy of the Force, Betrayal by Aaron Alston. Then we have Warcraft Duraton and Warcraft by Chris Metzen and Christy Golden. And lastly on this shelf is the Merrick Manual, which I have no idea what we have. I think my mom gave it to me at some point. The 70th edition apparently. Moving up to my top middle shelf, again, sorry about the angle. This is more of my classics collection. First up is The Adventures of Pinocchio by Clara Collodi, the complete collections of the Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis, The Hobbit, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King, all by J.R.R. Tolkien. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, Brave New World by August Huxley, Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren, and Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. So this is the last shelf with the funny angle. This is where I keep most of my darker contemporaries or thrillers and just some random books here and I didn't have a spot for on my shelf yet. Someone Has to Die by Jim Baton, The Last Time We Say Goodbye by Cynthia Hand, Every Heart a Doorway by Snan McGuire, What We Saw by Aaron Hartzler, We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lionel Shriver, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Rakes, A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, Destiny by Sally Buman, The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty, Room by Emma Donoghue, The Bad Things by Mary Jane Riley, Snuff by Terry Pratchett, Unraveling by Elizabeth Norris, Live by Night by Dennis Lehane, Making Money by Terry Pratchett, Free to Trade by Michael Ridpath, Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett, Leaving Time by Jodi Picoult, Lone Wolf by Jodi Picoult, and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling. Moving back to the left on the second shelf down, this is where my fantasy books start. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, Mistborn, The Well of Ascension, and The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson, The Black Prism by Brent Weeks, A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, and A Court of Wings and Ruin, all by Sarah J. Maas. Moving on to this shelf, these are my Bibles. I have a Dutch-English Bible, 2 English Bibles, and the Message. Not going to take those and show you because they kind of explain themselves. Moving more to the right, we have fairy tale retellings. I'm starting with Cinder, Scarlet, Cress, and Winter, all by Marissa Meyer. Wicked by Gregory Maguire, The Wrath and the Dawn, and The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Ahdieh, Heartless by Marissa Meyer, and Wires and Nerve, also by Marissa Meyer. Come to think of it, this is mostly my Marissa Meyer bookshelf. Moving down into the left again, these are a continuation of my fantasy books. Nevernight by Jay Kristoff, And I Darken by Kirsten White, Passenger by Alexander Bracken, Stealing Snow by Danielle Page, The Kiss of Deception and The Heart of Betrayal by Mary E. Pearson, The School for Good and Evil by Suman Shinani, The Winner's Curse and The Winner's Crime by Marie Verskowski, Snow Like Ashes and Frost Like Night by Sarah Rosh, A Darker Shade of Magic and The Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, Queen of Shadows, Empire of Storms, and The Assassin's Blade, all by Sarah J. Maas. Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Here we have more fantasy books. Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare, and The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This is a funny little shelf that kind of has my fluffy books that sort of fit into dystopia but are kind of contemporary and historical fiction. Starting off with The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead, and here we have The Selection, The Elite, and The One, all by Kiera Cass. Outlander, Dragonfly and Amber, Voyager, and I also own Drums of Autumn, all by Diana Gabaldon, because somebody's borrowing my last book at the moment. The Other Queen by Philippa Gregory, Iscariot by Tosca Lee, and Safely Home by Randy Alcorn. On the shelf we have my paranormal books on the left, in the middle are my more dystopian books, and on the right are sci-fi. Unearthly, Hollowed, and Boundless, all by Cynthia Hand. The Sudden Appearance of Hope by Claire North. The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron. Divergent, Insurgent, and Allegiant by Veronica Roth. Illuminae by J. Christoph and Amy Kaufman. And Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Groden. Moving on to this middle shelf, this is where I have most of my nonfiction, and you have to excuse the shadow that my camera is casting. The 1 Year Bible Companion, I'm not really sure who this is by, but it's published by Tyndale. The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Broken Flowers, a commentary on the tragedy of sex slavery in America by Pasco Manzo. The Prodigal Son by John MacArthur. Thoughts Matter by Mary Marjorie Funk. Do Penguins Have Knees and Other Imponderables? Mysteries of Everyday Life by David Feldman. And Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. On this shelf I have most of my contemporaries, and the majority of these books are from Jodi Picoult. The first, and I think the only Dutch book that I have on the shelf, is called Een Delicate Kwestie by Andrew Revkamp, and fun fact, that is actually my father-in-law. Vanishing Acts, 19 Minutes, Handle with Care, The Pact, My Sister's Keeper, Perfect Match, and Plain Truth, all by Jodi Picoult. Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. And My True Love Gave to Me, an anthology of short stories edited by Stephanie Perkins. Down here I have a bunch of little boxes that have my husband's computer tools and robot stuff in it. On this middle shelf here I have my planners and my crafting books and my journals. On this shelf here I have most of my textbooks that I used in college. As some of you might know, I studied theology and biblical studies, so I have a bunch of those kinds of books, and I keep them around when I'm doing things like research papers or sermons. I'll show them to you quickly for those of you who are interested. Underneath here I have all my board games, and about a month ago I did a board game tour, so I'll leave that up in the descriptions and in the cards for you, so you can go check that out if you're interested. But these are just mostly my theology and biblical study books. The Ordinary Parent's Guide to Teaching English by Jessie Wise and Sarah Buffington. The Portrait of a Leader by Tim Eymour. The Walford and Zuck Bible Knowledge Commentary Old Testament Edition, and the Walford and Zuck Bible Knowledge Commentary New Testament Edition. Handbook of the Pentateuch, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy by Victor P. Hamilton. The Books of History by James E. Smith. I don't have the dust jacket to this one anymore, but this is Introduction to the Old Testament Poetic Books by C. Hazel Bullock. The Minor Prophets by Charles L. Feinberg. Daniel, The Key to Revelation, a commentary by John F. Walford. Israel and the Nations, a history of Israel from the exile to the fall of the Second Temple by F. F. Bruce. This one has seen better days. Things to Come, a study of biblical eschatology by J. Dwight Pentecost. Encountering the Old Testament by Bill T. Arnold and Brian F. Bayer. A Survey of the New Testament by Robert H. Gundry. 1st and 2nd Corinthians, a Logan Press commentary by Stanley Horton. Romans, a Tyndale commentary by F. F. Bruce. Lectures in Systematic Theology by Henry C. Thiessen. Christian Theology by Alster H. McGrath. I lied, apparently I have another Dutch book on this bookshelf. I don't even know where this came from. This one's called Reality, het begin van een antwoord, which translates to reality, the beginning of an answer. Encyclopedia of New Religions, New Religious Movements, Sects, and Alternative Spiritualities, edited by Christopher Partridge. Heaven for Kids by Randy Alcorn. Identity Development, Adolescence Through Adulthood by Jane Croger. This was actually a really interesting book. Raising Your Spirited Child by Mary Shidi Kurkinka. The Compact Bible Dictionary. Knowing the Doctrines of the Bible by Meyer Pearlman. And a third Dutch book, wow, I really am a liar, Man and Father, which translates to Man and Father by Derek Prince. That was exhausting. Thanks for those of you who stuck through to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, I'd love it if you subscribe. I post videos every Tuesday and Saturday. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye!